Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Fifth Road Spirit. I am here with your reading, your tarot and oracle card reading for the week of September 21st, 2020. This week, I don't really have a whole lot of notes, and well, here's the thing. Okay, I have a few notes, but I'm finding that putting um, doing that beforehand with the notes and everything and going through it, I like it, but it also kind of gets into um, sometimes the reading isn't as great as I think it could be. So I think I'm going to do an additional video, or maybe even well, no, I'll probably do an additional video with a little more about the updates that are the astrological updates that are coming up, and how that works with how I look at tarot, how I read tarot. But there are some things coming up that I'll just go through really quickly. I've changed out my candle here. We are moving into Libra season. Libra is all about balancing of the scales. Um, it's, I believe it's actually it is related to the Justice card, right, as we can see here, because Justice is where we see the scales kind of weighing out. And of course, the news has been, the news, at least in the United States, of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passing over the weekend. Has been It's been kind of an interesting timing, because also it was the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, excuse me, which is the Jewish New Year, and the equinox of the year, which typically does come around the same time as the start of Libra season. But so the autumn equinox is another note. Um, it is also known as Mabon, and I'm getting this information out of Witchery, Embrace the Witch Within by Juliet Diaz. And I'll go into that a little bit more again later this week, probably to time with the Libra season change. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I'm probably going to make separate videos for that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started with the weekly reading. I'm going to bring some safety and calm and create this sacred space for us today. And additionally, yes, I have my Libra candle here. Libra is associated with the heart chakra, or Anahata chakra. And yeah, let's see what this week has in store for us as the collective. I think I'm going to use the Rider-Waite today. And I hope you all are having a wonderful week so far. I've been adjusting a bit to the weather, and I don't know what it's like where you all are, but hopefully you're adjusting well too. So let's go ahead and get started. I call on my divine masters and teachers. I call on my ascended and enlightened ancestors. I call on the spirit of the elements of air, fire, water, earth, and I call on the fifth element, excuse me, the element that unites us all, the element of nature. Thank you so much, Spirit, for coming into this reading today for the collective for the week of September 21st, 2020. Can you come into this reading with some guidance, with a message for the collective for the week of September 21st, 2020? Thank you so much, Spirit. All right. Okay, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. This one wanted to come out. Okay. Here, do you have any more? Wow. I think I'm going to do a 9-card reading today. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Ooh, wow. All right. Okay, that's 9 cards. Go ahead and put that there. Let's get this all sorted and we'll get into it. All right. So first off, we have the Devil, the High Priestess, the Page of Cups. In the second row, we have the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Empress, the Chariot, and the 2 of Cups. All right, so let me go ahead and take an overview look at this. Okay. So the overall view of this is it looks like the collective here. Oh, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So there seems to be here to me, it seems like there's the uncovering of some sort of secret. Something is being revealed. And interestingly enough, it is something that can't be hidden anymore. So something is coming to light. Usually these readings are of a spiritual or internal nature. But in this, I'm seeing kind of a combination of this is something that might be coming up for you in your waking life, or it could be something that you're coming across internally. So this Devil card, the way that I see the Devil card is this is some sort of either a secret is in this Devil card, something that is it's not quite what society wants to see. You know, it's not something that is quote unquote socially acceptable. But this is another thing that I see in this card is that this might be there's something hidden. There's something hidden that's coming to light. It could be a relationship, it could be a business partnership, it could be something that is some business dealings or something that's happening in the background are now coming into with this High Priestess card, coming into consciousness, coming into your intuition and your understanding. Like you are knowing it without seeing the evidence of it. And that is going to bring you this secret. Now, the Page of Cups is typically so pages are something having to do with the emotions are coming to light, which is why I see this as mainly this, whatever this is coming out of the Devil card is something that's being hidden or that's been hidden. And so this Page of Cups is bringing to light something that happened on an emotional level is now being brought to being into some. You're seeing that this is happening. This is at a certain level. This is the not so much the idea that something is happening, but there is this seed that has been planted, essentially. And that could be the seed of starting new life. Someone could be pregnant and is not knowing it yet, or hiding it. But it's coming to light. The evidence is going to be there shortly. And this is not to say this seed that is planted is just pregnancy. It could be maybe some sort of emotion or a business. I see it more as a relationship thing, but I see there is some sort of some new idea has been planted. Let's put it that way. Now, this Six of Swords, looking at this in a spiritual nature, I see the Six of Swords as someone who has, you see this man, we see the back of a child, and a hooded figure that we assume is a female. But I see this as internal family. So the whole self as the inner father, the inner mother, and the inner child, right? Being able to move forward, moving forward into something new as a whole person. And so you've got this inner, you have perfected this art of identifying your inner parenting, identifying the needs of your inner child, and you're able to move forward even when your current situation is one of a secret being revealed. You're able to move into this without whatever it is that's being uncovered. You are protected here because you understand this is the nature of, not so much the nature of being, but it is the nature of humanity at times to bring us things that are new, bring us things that we don't understand, bring us mystery, bring us things that might be hard to process. But because we are this whole being, right? Because we are this whole person, we are able to parent ourselves, we are able to comfort our inner child through this deceit. It hurts, yes. It is something that hurts going through this change process. But it is something that we can do, right? As a collective. Now, and this top row here, this is interesting because I see when I look at a 9-card layout, I see something happening in the ether, something happening for real, and what might happen down the road. So everything that's happening on this upper level is something that's happening in the ether and on the spiritual sense. There's something going on. You can't quite put your finger on it, but the high priestess is there to help you process this mystery, help you process this information. And this divine feminine is coming in. Whoa. Okay. It's almost as if this divine feminine is kind of opening up the gates of something new. Now, let me tell you, when I talk about the devil card too, I feel as if this devil card is not so much about evil, but it is about unleashing something new and necessary. Because a lot of times we can get so stuck in being so stuck in structure and hierarchy and all those other things that anything different from what we see anything different from what we believe is right or wrong, anything, this duality of being, um, well, anything, okay, I take that back. Um, I'm trying to find the words for it, but anything in this, the clear separation of good and bad, this and that, anything outside of that 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 offers maybe like a third way, or anything that we see as not good, we automatically label as bad. And this is where I see this devil card as unleashing something that we now need to tackle. And it's planting a seed of change. It's not now, there's also this thing of, with the devil card, we could be doing something, following the straight and narrow, going the path, that everybody else, quote unquote, wants us to do. And the devil card is bringing kind of this, ironically, is that ironic? I don't think it's ironic, but basically, by contrast to what we think the devil card is, it is actually bringing us a carte blanche. It's actually bringing us a freedom to get off of that path, that we're headed on. Even though this is straight and narrow, right? It might not be the path for us. So on the ether, on the spiritual level, that is what's going on. A new seed is being planted, and it looks different. But because we have come together as individuals, as a whole individual, and when I say whole, I'm talking about having an understanding of our inner father or our inner masculine, having an understanding of our inner feminine or our inner mother, and having an understanding of our inner child. We are whole as an inner family, and we're able to tackle whatever this change is that is being revealed. And this Queen of Cups is this is this is mature compassion for the thing that's coming in. Someone is having this feeling. It could be, it could be that you're approaching it differently. You're approaching um, this change or this deceit in a different way. You're able to process it with the deepest compassion that this queen here, the Queen of Cups, you're able to surround whatever it is that's going on with the most compassion available to you, and you finally understand for yourself what the way forward is for you by handling this with compassion. And that brings about this, because you've handled this thing with compassion, right? This change, this thing that's come in that's new, because you are whole and you have handled it with compassion and you understand it, you are now in this Empress energy. And the Empress is about bringing something new forward, birthing new nations, new tribes. Because if we think of, again, I've said this before in other readings, if you think about the Empress and her cohort, right? Now the Empress comes first in this deck. The Emperor comes fourth. But nothing can come through. The Emperor cannot exist without the Empress, because who gives birth to empires? Who gives birth to emperors? Who gives birth to nothing comes through without the Empress. The Empress must birth something new. So because you've had this compassion, you are able to bring through whatever this newness is, whatever this change is that's coming with this Devil and this High Priestess and Page of Cups. Because you have the depth of compassion, you are now able to birth new nations, new ideas, new honestly, new I want to say, I don't want to say new hierarchies, but new structures, new laws, new government. You are able to bring forth new ideas because you know how to put something in its in a place of nurturing, in a place of compassion, giving it the power to grow. And sometimes, when we're working with the Queen of Cups, we have to understand sometimes compassion and allowing things to grow is letting things go. So a lot of times the Queen of Cups will, um, the Queen of Cups is represented as, if we look at the Queen of Cups as a person, this could be a therapist. This could be um, someone that you trust. It could be you offering this therapy and this compassionate space for this new thing to grow. And it's hard sometimes being in that kind of energy because the Queen of Cups has to observe. And this is what this Queen of Cups is even doing in this card. She's observing. She's closely watching her own cup. And because she's closely watching her own cup, she's able to hold space, right? To hold space for change, to hold space for growth, to hold space for um, an idea to come forward, something to come forward. And again, the thing that is coming forward because of that compassion, this Queen of Cups has now made way for the Empress, made way for this fertile way of being, made this space for the Empress, right? Then we have the Chariot coming in. And the Chariot to me has always been about moving towards success. You're getting into this vehicle, you're moving forward, and you're surrounded by stars, you've got a crown on your head. You're moving, it looks as if you're moving away from one city, but you're almost heralding your next move, right? You're moving towards something even greater. And so the Chariot is representative of success here. So whatever this idea that you think is, this dark, when I say dark, this hidden thing that, you previously judged, or because you didn't have a space, because you didn't have a box or a label to put it on, you labeled it as evil, or if something that you didn't understand, you labeled it as unimportant. No, because you are a whole being, because you're a healed being, you are able to process change. And this comes through in the Chariot by saying, because you allowed that, because there's this idea of non-resistance. When we are dealing with something in the moment that it comes to us, if we resist it, the push of it against us gets stronger. If we allow it, if we allow for the thing to happen, the push only, it doesn't double in force. And sometimes, to me, this kind of gives the feeling of like a tower moment. This reading as a whole is kind of like a tower moment, because tower moments actually come in to make us make us successful, or push us in a direction that we need to go. And of course the Chariot is about movement, transportation, so we are moving in a direction for success. And at the end of all this is the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups to me, again, this is the cup of soulmates. This is the exchange of emotion equally and on basically on the same wavelength. But I also see this as you have so much healing within. This is actually like a merger of two into one. When I see the soulmates card, this is for me like a precursor of the Four of Wands, the Lover's card, um, and those cards that talk about love and merging and beginnings. And so not only is this the soulmates card, this is the card of two either merging two different thoughts, or we're coming into a new idea of wholeness, a new idea of oneness. Because cups are about emotions, right? Cups are about relationships. This woman is handing her cup of love to this man on on the right here. So that indicates to me that there is a intent to merge. And even in this Page of Cups, we see, excuse me, we see the page holding the cup. So the cup has been going through a change in ideas. The cup is being held by this Queen of Cups and elevated to a point where there's kind of a status change here. It's like the change of a status quo, right? The change in status quo. And I think this is very peaceful and very healing. The fact that the Hierophant is on the bottom of the deck, oh my goodness. And not only under that, there's the Four of Wands, right? So the fact that the Hierophant is on the bottom of the deck means to me that this is about the change of our ideas of what it is to be healed, what it is to be holy, what it is to be right or wrong. The Hierophant to me is also, with this reading, because it's at the bottom of the deck, usually this is the theme of the reading, but this is about a change in how we view other people. We are not, the Hierophant sometimes narrows in too much, and takes out humanity almost, because we've narrowed it down so much to what one particular religion or one particular modality, healing modality, or might even be trying something new as far as healing. But to me, this is about breaking down this idea that we have to have one way of being. And we are now opening up with compassion to allow other ways of being and other ways of structuring, right, our lives around being human versus, narrowing it down to just one person saying what's more important. And because the Hierophant to me represents religion, but the structure of religion. And I always see, when I see the Hierophant, and it's, maybe it's something in me that I'm learning about too, but for me, the idea of mysticism had more freedom than what current religious structures offer. So it could be that we're coming up with a new idea of what being holy really is, and that is being holy within the self and having compassion and allowing for being, so that we can birth something new besides, the structure that's coming with this Hierophant. This is a changed way of being and living. Definitely. Because this Two of Cups, there's a merger. Whew, wow, y'all. How many minutes do we have left? We're at 30 minutes. Let me give you some guidance here. I wanted to do a roomie, but that will probably take a while to read. Okay, let's go with the Magdalene Oracle again. I think I did that not long ago. And then next time I shall find some. I think I need some new Oracle cards. If anyone has any recommendations for Oracle cards, let me know. That would be really awesome. But I've been on the lookout for some, and so far I haven't really vibed with any of the other ones that I've seen. Let's go ahead and ask Spirit if we can get some guidance for the reading today, some additional guidance from the Magdalene Oracle. Spirit, can you come into this reading? Give us some guidance for the reading that was just given. Okay, one more time. Spirit, can you come into this reading? Give some guidance for the week of September 21st. Oh, huh. And here we have it, the Lovers card. See that? Okay, so the Lovers popped up. Let's go ahead and read that. Again, there's this merging, right? Let's see. Lovers, the Lovers, and it's a poem. Through you, I see what I otherwise cannot see, the reflection of a star so bright that its light fills heaven, glimmering creations floating out to sea. Love and heavenly bodies, your love forever unfolds, forever illuminates, through endless cycles and seasons. God and Goddess dream through us. Wow, that is beautiful. I like the idea there of God and Goddess dream through us. And again, if you've been following tarot, if you've been following any of the spiritual community at all, you've known that there's this idea of, there's this separation of, because of the idea that the Hierophant brought of duality, of one being right, one being wrong. This is where, the High Priestess and the Devil come in, because a lot of times, yes, the High Priestess is the divine feminine. The Devil being here is basically showing that someone once thought of the High Priestess, or the feminine, the divine feminine, the spiritual feminine, as the enemy. And I actually had a conversation that kind of reminded me of this, where we have internalized the idea of patriarchy and have not opened up the feminine side of us that has this highly compassionate energy in this Queen of Cups, and ultimately bringing forth this Empress that births the kings and births the emperors, who then give birth to the hierarchy. Like there's got to be a level of compassion for the feminine that comes in and allows for not only the merging of the Lovers, but the merging of two into one. Okay, well, that is your reading for the day, for the week, actually. And I think I'm going to come back with notes in a separate reading for the beginning of the Libra season. And that's going to focus more on how tarot is going to interpret, so how tarot works with astrology and how I've been using it and learning it. And of course, moon-wise, we are in the waxing crescent phase. So we're moving out of that dark moon energy, where we have set intentions going forth, which is, again, wow, it's at the equinox. It's at the change of the seasons. What is it that you are not looking forward to, not only in the next 6 months for the rest of the year, but what are you looking for in this particular moon cycle to be true for you? Okay. Thank you so much. I am so grateful for you being here today, and I will see you at the next video. Okay. Thanks. Bye.